So autonomy for undersea vehicles and really even just maritime vehicles is very, very limited by the dynamic and harsh ocean environment.
You're almost in like sensory deprivation, but you still have to do complex tasks. You may say something like, if you see a rock, go to the right. Well, but you don't necessarily even know what a rock looks like, because on one day it may be clearly a big thing sticking out of the mud. On another, it may be sort of this vague, murky shape. Either way, you still have to make a decision.
Over the last few years, I've been working more and more with special operators, particularly in the Navy community, who have to deal with very, very challenging situations with extremely limited resources. I'm very familiar from my experience as a scuba diver of how difficult it is to work underwater. So I am very motivated to try to give our special operators better tools to work with.
So what we envisioned was if you had a small undersea robot that could be sort of like your buddy and could search faster an area, and it could use different methods such as sonar to try to see objects and then report back to the diver, hey, I found something, and here, come to me, I'm over here.
Something that we've run into is that sonar data sets aren't very large. There aren't that many of them. How do we learn the most from sonar images without being able to rely on extensive data sets? What I'm doing is using the optical images and the sonar images at the same time. So we can use strengths that models have to recognize things in optical images to be able to teach a model to recognize things in sonar images.
At Lincoln, our specialty is solving applied problems and really thinking through them all the way from the start to the finish. So one of the big goals of the program was to have it something that we could actually hand to the special forces and they could use it tomorrow. I think we would like to be able to take the diver completely out of the equation. In the meantime, though, as long as we need to have humans in the loop in fixing things in these very extreme environments, we want them to have the best available tools to do that.